Hi, in this video you will learn how you can create a natural makeup look. Now I've asked you guys in my community tab what exactly a natural makeup look would look like to you. And so I didn't get that many responses, so it's still open, and if you want to drop your comment down below, you're welcome to do so, as I'm really curious to see what you guys like to apply on a daily basis. And the people who have already answered the question basically said that they want to keep it very light when it comes to the base, a little bit of mascara, the brows and lips, and that's basically it. And so this is also the way I've learned it in school. This is also what I see in real life. And it's very confusing and also distracting if you're searching for a natural makeup look on Google or on YouTube. Well, those two are basically the same. But just enter natural makeup look into those two searching engines and you will end up with finding people who still have a full coverage foundation on, contoured face, dramatic eyes and a bold lip. And so this is something that I feel not right about, and I just wanted to show you that you can also keep it very lightweight and basic and still end up with a beautiful and freshly polished makeup look, which doesn't really look like makeup. And so this is what I'm going to show you in today's video. So I'm going to start off and putting it into steps so that you can recreate the look at home, so that you can also see the tips and tricks on how I'm using certain products to really get a beautiful finish. Now what's really important is that we're going to start off with a freshly clean face. So either wash your face in the morning or cleanse your face, whatever you prefer on a daily basis, and make sure that everything is clean before you're applying any makeup on top. So now once you have washed your face, we now can move on to the next step. Some people do not like to use a base at all, depending also on how clean and even your skin is. But also do understand if some people have certain blemishes or breakouts, as I do at the moment, then you also want to make sure that you will end up with an even finish. And so you either can use a tinted moisturizer or BB cream, depending on what you prefer, and also would recommend applying it with your fingers to achieve a beautiful and natural makeup look so that it really blends into the skin. And you're also not going to use too much. So now, for some people this might already be enough, and it also depends, as I mentioned, on how clear your skin is. Then this is also something that you can already wear and you're good to go. Now I also do understand for people who have still a little bit of breakouts, or if you have a little bit more discoloration under the eyes, that you also want to use a bit of concealer. But what you also can do is skip the tinted moisturizer, just apply a very suitable moisturizer for your skin type, and then go in with only concealer. Now what's really important, if you're going to use only the concealer or make it in combination with your tinted moisturizer, that it's matching with your skin tone. Otherwise it's very noticeable, and what we want to achieve is a very natural finish so that you won't notice it, but you're still able to cover up any blemishes. Now I'm going to use a bit of concealer, especially right here where I have some redness going on, so that I just can even out the skin tone. Now with the concealer, what's also really handy if you're going to use it alone or in combination, you only can use it on those areas where you really need to. And I'm not talking about a lot of product, I'm talking about really concealing those areas and then blending it in with your finger. So now once you're done with the concealer and you've picked the right shade, then you still wouldn't notice it where you have applied a bit of concealer and also the tinted moisturizer. Now we can move on to the next step. Now, some people like to use it, other people wanted to skip it. That's totally fine, whatever you feel comfortable with, and what's also like where's the best for you. Some people want to skip some blush because they might not have already have some naturally red cheeks. That's totally fine, and it will look the most natural if you have it already a bit. But others who want to add a bit of color to their face, because sometimes it also can look too clean in canvas, then you can also add a bit of blush. I'm not talking about very noticeable red cheeks, I'm talking about just warming up those cheeks a bit. Now, once you have applied a blush, you can also like basically control the amount of blush you're going to use, because depending also on your blush, the pigmentation might be a little bit more weak or also a bit stronger. So make sure that you are taking the time to build it up if you're going to use blush. Now, for the next product, we are going to focus towards the eyes and brows. Some people have also told me that their main focus are the brows. And I do understand it if you might have already a lot of brows and you want to keep them in place, otherwise they're standing like everywhere. But if you have also less brows and you want to fill them in, that's also totally fine. Now keep in mind that if you're going to fill them in with a pencil or pomade, don't overdo it, because you still want to keep it natural. I do understand that you want to extend the tail maybe a little bit more, but don't overdo it in adding color to it. I do also get it if you're just going to add a bit of color towards the hair so that you can fill in any spare areas. But in my case, as I do have quite a lot of bushy eyebrows, I also would recommend that if you have the same case as I do, just use a bit of a tinted brow gel or clear brow gel to make them stay in place. And this way the brow hairs are a little bit more into control because of the gel that you've added to it, and then you don't have to worry about them the whole day. Now for the next step, it's the eyes. And most of you, as I also do like to use it myself, just said that you want to add a bit of mascara, and that's totally fine. Just add a bit of mascara and you're good to go. If you're the type of person that has quite a lot of discoloration going on, now I'm talking about general people, so that if you're watching this and you might have some discoloration or other people don't, then you can also add or skip the steps that I'm mentioning. Now, if you have discoloration, what I would recommend is going into a skin tone color. Like for example, in my case, it would be this one. And you're going to use this one as an all-over shadow, so that you're going to cancel out the discoloration, and this also will brighten your eyes and make you look a little bit more awake. If this isn't the case for you and you have an even base also on the eyelid area and you don't want to add any shadow, that's totally fine. Now I'm going to use a blending brush for it and just dust it over from the lash line to the brows. So when it comes to the skin tone color shadow, you can use one with a little bit of shimmer, but you also can stick with matte ones. This is also something that's your preference, whatever you have at home and also prefer to wear. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it still helped me to even out my eyelid area so that I'm looking a little bit more awake, because this does makes a difference, especially also on how I feel about using a bit of product on the eyelid area. But I'm not talking about doing a full eye makeup look with so many colors. Now we're going to add a bit of mascara to finish it off with the eyes. Now, if you prefer, you can also use an eyelash curler to curl your lashes if this is something that will help with your lashes. But if you have a natural curl already in there, you don't have to curl your lashes and just stick with the mascara. Now that the mascara is on, we are moving on to the lips. Now this is also our last step. You either can go in with a sheer lip balm that's tinted, or one that comes in a normal bullet or in a tube, or go with a light lipstick, whatever you prefer. Some people want to make it like nearly not noticeable on the lips. Other people like to wear a little bit more of a bolder color. So just go with whatever you feel comfortable about wearing on a daily basis. I'm just going to use a tinted lip balm and use it with my finger on my lips. Especially now that the lips are a little bit drier due to the weather and also winter, a lip balm is very moisturizing. And this is also something that you can apply on the go if you like to, because it also can wear off as it's very moisturizing. And you can also find clear lip balms or ones that are tinted. So this is also a preference where you can decide what you want to apply on your lips. Now, this is basically how you can create a natural makeup look using a little bit of product. And don't forget, everyone has also different needs and also what they like on themselves. So if you have already a very clear skin and you want to skip the concealer and tinted moisturizer in general and just want to add something to the eyes and lips, then just go for it. Because you have to feel good about yourself and also wearing a bit of makeup. And it still will make you look very polished together and put together, as well as freshened up. Now, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like so, then also don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!